much of the world was controlled and looked after by the animals. And I know this story because it was told to me by the crow. And I have no reason to doubt him. It was at one time a huge dragon that would devour anything in the air, to the point that all the birds had begun to walk, no matter where they were. Everywhere they'd go, the birds would walk. Flamingos, pelicans, talk a lot like penguins. It's that flap in the front, it gets swaying. And they decided, since they were flight animals, that they should have an equal share in the sky, that they should do something about this dragon. So all of the birds got together and they elected representatives. They had various wing counts, put in your white feather, put in a blue feather, who's the peacock, whatever, until they figured out, and they had 4 representatives. And they got the 4 representatives together. And the first representative was an eagle. He was all sleek with the big, nasty claws. And the second representative was a hawk. And the hawk was all vicious and fast. Next representative was a pelican, because he was wise. Pelicans know things. And the fourth and final representative was a sparrow, because it's equal affirmative action.
What did I miss?
Nothing.
The lead-in. So, they decide, they get their committee together, and they have to decide to do something about the dragon. The eagle says, I know what we do. We'll wait until he's in the air, then we'll fly. We'll fly behind him, we'll go up into the clouds, we'll dive out of the sun, and we'll go claws forward straight for him and rip his head off and drive him into the ground. The hawk goes, I like this idea. I can be part of this. The pelican's going, it has merit. The sparrow goes... So the next day, early in the morning, the dragon flies over, and the eagle takes to the air. And he sails way high, almost to the edge of the stars, and turns and puts the sun to his back and heads straight for the head of the dragon and just shoots straight and claws out as fast as he can possibly go. And just before he gets to the dragon's head, the dragon turns and goes, oh. And the sparrow went. Hawk says, I have an idea. I will come at him from the side. I will swing out of the clouds, swing wide, and use my razor sharp beak. He says, I will tear the side of his head out. And he'll be in such pain, he'll crash into the ground. And we will be free to fly. Pelican goes, it's possible. And the sparrow goes, So the next day comes. The dragon, flying the opposite direction now, because he flew that way yesterday, starts flying back across. The hawk takes off. Out into the clouds. Banks back behind the dragon. Pulls out. Gets a dive. Comes right at it. Screams. Turns. Gets ready. And the dragon goes, oh. The sparrow goes, Pelican says, I have an idea. Tomorrow, when the dragon flies over, get in front of him. I will open my mouth. You'll fly in. Be blinded. Crash into the ground. I will be safe because I'm on top of the dragon as opposed to anything under the dragon. And the sparrow goes. Pelican goes, trust me, I know what I'm doing. So the next day, the dragon comes off from that way, because he's already flown these two directions. The pelican flies along, banks out, dragon's coming, heads straight towards the dragon, opens his mouth, and the dragon goes, yeah, that's a good idea. Sparrow watches him. Next day, dragon starts flying over. Because he flew that way yesterday, so he's got to come this way. Sparrow waits and waits. And takes off. As sparrows do, because they have little wings that beat really fast. Flies real high in the air. starts diving at the dragon as fast as his little wings will flap. The dragon looks up and squints. Looks like he's being attacked by a mosquito. And in the act of squinting, the sparrow goes and hits him in the eye. Pecks him. Well, the dragon recoils from this. Of course, he just got hit by a sparrow multiple times in the eye. And the sparrow banks quickly, just like the hawk would. Turns back around, heads for the other eye, right through the other eye. Now the dragon's blind. He doesn't know what to do. So as he's starting to flail around, he's attempting to get his flight. The sparrow arcs out, comes back, puts his little talons out, and goes straight for the nose. He gets him in an incredible fritter, right into the nostrils, and flips. The dragon doesn't know what to do. He can't see. He can't figure out where he's going. And all he can smell is sparrow. And he's plummeting through the sky. Not that they have engines, but it would be a neat sound. For it, because otherwise, the dragon's falling through the sky. This doesn't get it. And at the very last minute, the sparrow pulls away. And the dragon crashes into the ground and dies. And once again, all the birds are free to use the air. And you know what the moral of the story is?
What?
It's not the size of your pecker, it's how you use it.